whoever wants to go first.
Matt, just the defensive performance, just was that them struggling? Was that Zach really sort of asserting himself on the game? Was that your players' focus? What was?
Yeah, I think it's also the timing of, when you play somebody.
Yeah.
Obviously it's one of those things where it wasn't their night, and trying to get Jameis in battle and be with him and make it really hard, trying to keep Cooper out of there, Garcia, when your main three guys, and try to just give them a lot of attention with it. And so I think it's a combination of a lot of things. Zach, changed some shots, blocked some shots. I thought Ethan Moore did a really good job. I thought Caleb's length with Garcia was a good matchup for us. Even though Garcia had his way with us when he played at North Carolina last year, really had a good game against us. So just happy that we had a focus. Obviously it was a big game for us to try to get another road game. We played now 4 out of 5 on the road, and we're able to win all of them, which is pretty impressive. And just proud of our guys. I thought it wasn't a perfect game for us, but I thought defensively we really set the tone there, and obviously they got frustrated when shots weren't going in, and we kind of snowballed from there.
Just what Braden was able to do and his overall impact on the game.
Yeah, his ability to get loose balls, to get long rebounds, and then pass the basketball. But he's got to be a threat offensively. Loved it that he was attacking, trying to get layups, and also looking for a shot. If people are going to go under him like that, and he can just have easy step-in rhythm threes, he's got to take them. He's a really good shooter.
Felt like a lot of guys were aggressive. Brandon passed up a 3 and went to the basket. Just the way they defended Zach. How much did what he did last time he played in Minnesota affect this game coming out?
Yeah, and obviously, when you play somebody the first time in USA, there's going to be adjustments. I thought they just held some guys in there and did a better job of just making it hard for him to catch the ball, which people are going to do, right? And but I thought our guys did a good job of being patient. I thought Zach did a good job of being patient. He had a couple moves in there where he liked to have back, like every game. He has a couple jump hooks that didn't go for him, but we got to do a better job of finishing them. I thought he made some passes to other people around the rim, and then we just, we don't get anything from him. We got to get layups or spray out threes or get to the free throw line on some of those plays.
Did you learn anything about your team tonight in terms of, it's obviously a long Big Ten season. Sometimes it's these Thursday nights where a good team can kind of just be okay and skate by. You didn't really see that in your team tonight. They were pretty dialed in right away, and it extended throughout the game.
Yeah, we haven't, outside of probably that first half of Rutgers and probably the first 8 to 10 minutes against Ohio State, like here in the past month, I'd say those are the only 2 times where you just, didn't feel like, we were all there. And that's competitive sports, right? You're not going to have a team that's going to go 10 games and then just say like, hey, every half we've been ready, every half we've played well. I mean, it just doesn't work that way. But for the most part, our guys have been dialed in and they've been ready, and that's what we talked about. We talked about 2 or 3, I should say I talked about, the 2 or 3 games we'd like to have back last year. At the end of the game, at Rutgers, at Indiana. But you also, we won against Ohio State at home, we won against Maryland at home, and we're very fortunate to win those 2 games. So you always talk about the ones that get away from you, then you just act like, we had those games, but in reality, we really didn't. We're very fortunate to win. So just not having any regrets, you know what I mean? Like laying it all out there, defending, taking care of the basketball, doing all the things necessary to hopefully put us in position to win. And that's how you're going to win a championship. You got to be able to win games on the road. You got to be able to win close games. But it's more than that. It's kind of just having that mindset and being ready. And obviously we were tonight.
Fletcher is coming off a few games where he scored a bunch.
Right.
Co-Big Ten Player of the Week. Just 6 points, but a plus and minus of plus 33 highest on the team.
Yeah.
Is that the defense paying more attention to him, or just continuous?
No, I thought he got good looks. He shoots the ball 10 times. I thought he got good looks. It just didn't go down. The only shot that wasn't a good shot was that one at the end, the 3, the air ball. And so I thought he did really good things. Thought he was good on defense. I thought he has 3 assists, 0 turnovers. Did a lot of little things. His shot just didn't drop.
I know you know how valuable Caleb is, but I mean, this game kind of exemplified the block at the end of the first half, the rebounds,
right.
A lot of the things that, not a ton of points, but he does a lot of little things that help your team win.
Yeah, no question. His athleticism, his length really help us rebound and really help us defensively. And he's just got to keep working. It's new for him. Like last year was a real learning experience for him trying to guard some of those guys at the 4. Now he's a much better defender, and he can really help us just being active there. We got to get him finishing though. He made a nice little post move when he finished there, but he had a couple other opportunities that, like, he's right there at the rim. You know, we got to get him to be able to explode and finish those, because he's a weapon playing off of Zach, you know, at 6'10".
Do you want Braden pulling up on that high ball screen for those threes more
Yes.
than he is right now?
I've been trying since he came here to tell him to shoot more. He's a good shooter. He's a really good shooter.
Anything else?
That Zach seems particularly comfortable and content with when he doesn't have a game that's like high impact like this.
Yeah.
What do you see in the way he kind of handles that role and defers when he needs to?
Yeah, he's fine. Like, he's, you know, most guys that get into this position, you know, where they were in recruitment, where they were when they were younger, like, they've had so much success, and he's had to really work and develop into his success. And so when that happens, you know, you're humble, and you had to do a lot of little things just to help your team win, you know. And so now when he gets in this position, he's averaging, you know, 21 and 13 or whatever he averages. You know, you're still trying to do things just to help your team win. I thought tonight he was able to do that, but no, he's fine. He's a selfless dude.
That actually segues into a question I've been meaning to ask you all season. Have you had a great player that's ego-free?
Well, having an ego is a good thing, you know. In
But it doesn't show up in how he plays.
Yeah, he has an ego. Like, he has an ego. Like,
But it doesn't
anytime you're a competitor, I understand what you're saying. He has a selfless, you know, way about him, which is good. You know, Rob Hummel was that way. You know, when you're happy and you don't score as many points as you normally do, that's a really good thing, and it sends a strong message to everybody else in that room. Is that, like, we're just trying to collectively do things, you know, to win. You know, as long as Purdue wins, you know, that's the goal. Yeah, we've had a lot of guys like that. Swanigan was that way. He wanted those rebounds though. He wanted those rebounds, but it was like he wasn't hell bent on points, but he was hell bent on rebounds. Like, he wanted to lead the nation in rebounding, which is cool to me, because I think rebounding is, you know, obviously such an important stat. So you get some guy who wants to get 14, 15 a game, I'm all for it.
Ethan gets a shot to go late. Didn't get one to fall Michigan State. Is that a conversation you've had with him this week?
Yeah, just take your open ones, right? You know, and he has the one wiped off in the first half. So, like, you know, it's you have to be able to live with yourself when you go through struggles and get things figured out. And you got coaches there to help you, but really, you got to get yourself out of something. Now, when that happens, you're not going to get a bunch of opportunities, but you're going to get enough. And so, like, when it is, just take them in rhythm and take those. And I thought he waited for 2 really, you know, opportunistic times and to step up there and make them. And he's wide open, right? And I thought that was huge for him, and hopefully huge for his confidence. You know, it's coming from a guy who struggled shooting, but he's also shot 44% from 3 last year. He's proven he can make them. He's made them in NCAA tournaments. He's made them on the road. He's made them in big games. So, like, I'm not worried about it. He just needs to stay in the gym and keep working at it, and then step in there and shoot.